Hello, everyone. My name is Bridget Dombrowski. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm a senior social work major. Some of my involvement, I'm a crew leader, as well as Noah. We're going to be doing your True Life session today. I'm a sister of Tri Sigma and currently on the executive board as Vice President of New Members. I'm also the Vice President of Active Minds, which Active Minds is an organization that works to eliminate the stigma against mental health and promote positivity and well-being around the campus. I am entering my second year through the Pride Mentoring Program, which is through the Multicultural Student Affairs Office, and I participated in ASB last year.
Everybody, I'm Noah Smeriglio. I am a engineering and chemistry dual degree, so I can answer any questions about Kirkbride and the sciences. Along with that, I work in various departments of the Center for Civic and Global Engagement, so if you're interested in getting on campus and getting involved or going to study abroad, I can answer questions with that. Along with the Office of Student Engagement, as a crew leader and member of various RSOs, which is Registered Student Organizations, I can answer questions on how to either get club started or anything like that. I am also a tutor on campus, along with a PSC Bonner. I am a part of the Engineering Honors Program and the Honors Program in General Education, and I'm a brother of Phi Delta Theta. And lastly, I am an engineering peer mentor as well. So welcome to Widener University. We're going to talk a little bit about the basics of what you need to succeed in college.
Yes, so moving forward, there are 3 pages that are going to be super important to your success here at Widener. So it's going to be student planning, My Widener, and Canvas. You guys probably had a lot of experience working on these 3 programs over the summer during your registration period. So student planning is where you're going to be registering for your courses and you're going to be able to find the name of your academic advisor. You're going to be mostly on this toward the end of each semester when you're going to have to be registering for your courses. But this is super crucial in order to do that and plan for upcoming semesters. My Widener, we like to say, is the Google of Widener. You can find basically anything on here from paying to your financial aid, paying bills. If you're a student employee, you can put in your hours through that. You can research anything Widener based and it will come up right there. You can also look up Campus Alert System and be added to the phone number list and get notifications on safety issues on the campus. We highly recommend signing up for this, especially when you eventually come onto campus. It's going to keep you informed, keep you up to date about everything going on. You can just research Campus Alert sign up in the search bar on My Widener, and the instructions should come up for that. As well as Canvas. Canvas is going to be your hub for all your courses every semester, so you can find your syllabus on there. You're going to submit classwork, check your grades, and you can even see other contact information for your classmates in that class as well. So these are definitely huge resources for you guys and your, again, success here, so make sure you know how to use them. All right, communication essentials. Since we're virtual, we're going to be using these all the time. Widener email, if you haven't been already, please start checking your email regularly. This is where your professors will be contacting you through. You'll be getting emails from the university, from other staff, and even organizations on how to get involved. And when you do get involved, you'll be getting information from those organizations as well. So start checking them. It's super important. And say when you have to email a professor or email any staff member, whatever it may be, please make sure you're using professionalism. Include a subject. Some examples that I can give you for a good subject line is be specific in what you're talking about in the email. So say you're talking about a quiz that's up this upcoming week, say quiz for this specific date, and put in the subject line what class it's for as well, because a lot of your first classes you're going to be taking throughout your first couple of semesters are going to be introductory courses, and some of those professors are going to have a lot of sections. So be specific in which class it actually is. so the professor will know. In your greeting, you can say good afternoon, good morning, doctor or professor, whomever. Definitely be specific in that as well. In the body paragraph, include what you need to say, thank them for their time, and then have your signature. Your signature should include your full name and repeat the class in the section of the course as well. And then you can say, if you would like Widener class of 2024, your email and your pronouns as well. Zoom is where you're going to be having all of your courses, professor office hours, as well as organization meetings, and you can even set up a study group for your classes. That will be super important too. So if you haven't already, this is a Zoom program right now. You'll be able to look around, function it soon, and you'll be utilizing that a lot. There are apps for Zoom, Outlook, and Canvas. They're super convenient to have on your phone, whether you need to check a grade or know when an assignment is due, like super quickly instead of going onto your Safari on your phone or even going online. It's just a lot more convenient, so we highly recommend downloading those 3 apps as well. They're going to be the Zoom app, Outlook, and Canvas. And then getting involved. The Office of Student Engagement is your hub for involvement. It's your connection to all campus activities. We have 60 plus clubs and orgs. It's definitely something that can spark your interest, something that you see yourself getting involved in. And if not, like Noah said earlier, you can start your own club if you're super passionate about that. We always highly encourage it. There's only a few things that you need in order to do that, but totally go for it if you want something on campus that we don't have already. We also have fraternity and sorority life, so we have 3 councils and 11 chapters altogether. And then the contact information for Office of Student Engagement is studentengagement@widener.edu. They will be very happy to answer any questions that you may have. And we also highly encourage you to follow @Engage Widener. It will definitely give you updates throughout the semester on what's going on with programming and fun stuff to do on virtually and even on campus. Just a little side thing, I guess, like being more personal. My involvement means like the world to me. I don't think I would be where I am today without my involvement. It's like really helped shape who I am and grow personally and professionally. So I always say to new students, your college experience is what you make of it. And I think definitely getting involved is the greatest way to have a good college experience. So I know Noah can probably definitely attest to this, but once you join one thing, a gateway of so many other things open. So just stepping out of your comfort zone and being open-minded and just joining one thing can lead to so many other things, and you'll thrive. So find at least one thing that you're interested in, and you'll be golden. It'll be great.
Absolutely. That first step is getting involved. It's the ladder to success, just putting in that time commitment. And as for when you do get to campus, there's various resources you're going to need. And with that, there's usually a road that you can go down and find all of these places conveniently located. Or in a Zoom university here, we're going to need to find those online. First things first, academic support services. So if you are confused in a class and you just can't get enough help from your professor in their office hours, the best place to go is tutoring. And tutoring is provided by academic support services. They'll also do some academic coaching. Tim Carey is the absolute man, the myth, the legend of Widener University. He will put you halfway there. All you need to do is put in the work, and he'll help you out to get your schedule where it needs to be. Say when you're in high school or you had a previous disability that you had special tests taking time for, et cetera there. The Student Accessibility Services is great to providing those services. All you need is proper medical documentation, and there you're good to go. Say you're during the school year and you break your arm. Same place applies. You can get a note taker, anything you need, right there. The emails are listed for both of those as well. Then if you are interested in internships, co-ops, anything where you're trying to better yourself for after college, as you should be, because that's why you're at college. Careers Design and Development Office, careers at widener.edu, is essential for that and very efficient at getting you the resume building, the interview practice, and everything you need to really succeed in the following years. And say your financial aid package isn't exactly what you thought it was going to be, or you have questions, you want to see if there's any way you can, better yourself financially while attending Widener University. Financial aid office also can help with that. You're all designated a specific counselor, which I believe was on your financial aid letter that went out a little while ago. But if you can't find that, financial aid MC at widener.edu can provide that for you as well. All of these services are very good, but there's actually a few more as well. With that, we have the counseling center. So as we all know, Zoom and everything, Zoom fatigue, Zoom stress, you can get very stressed out, you're at home. The counseling center is doing online and telephone counseling and teletherapy that you can do to, relieve the stress, talk things out, do what you need to do. And when we get back to campus, they provide in-service, in person for free. It's very, very, very good resource if you need it. Highly would recommend. And as for the writing center, that is basically a branch off what tutoring can't exactly provide. We have professors having not necessarily office hours, but work hours where you can schedule a time and they will work with you to just go over a paper, work with it to make it, that next level. Maybe you just need some help editing it. Maybe you want some time brainstorming. They will give you like these activities where next thing you know, you're going to have amazing paper and it'll be a much more enjoyable process than just trying to, get that writer's block out of your head on your own. Highly recommend. I used it a lot my freshman year. Very, very good tool, especially if you're writing papers that you're not typically familiar with because you're taking an elective. As for the Math Center, tutoring services also does not provide math help. I like to say math degrees and math majors are a different breed. They like to do things their own way, and that's why they have their own tutoring services. So they have office hours where you can step in, or you can schedule a time as well with them. Like I said, they're a different breed, but they know what they're doing. They're very good at what they do. I know a few friends that are a few math tutors, very smart individuals. Highly recommend if you have questions, going to them or your professor. Very, very good stuff. As for student health services, they are also now doing online tele appointments per se, and to help provide some services as well during the school year. And when you get in person, any medical forms, physicals you have to take, certain tests, various things. I've had gone to them a few times myself. I've possibly the flu, thing like that. Very, very good organization as well. And lastly, the Pride Guidebook is an essential resource to help find any of this and more on Widener's campus or online. And as for when you're in class, what are you going to do? Tim Carey sets you up. You got your schedule going. You're doing great. And now what do? First things first, when you're in person, you need your ID. You can't get into any buildings without your student ID. You can't print anything without your student ID. And you can't really get a meal without your student ID unless you want to pay cash. And if you're already paying for a meal plan, why do you want to pay cash? And if you don't have your Campus One ID, you want a Campus One card at widener.edu is the place to be for that. They will set you up. They'll probably ask you a few questions. Make sure you have everything in for that properly before they send it out to you. But it is really your key to all of Widener. And when you're if you're not on campus, and you're working from Zoom, like many of us are, your workstation's got to be good. You got to have the good Wi-Fi. You got to have essential tools, planners, pencils, notebook, paper ready. Have your desk set up and make sure the people in your household, to the best of your ability, know that you're going to be on a call. You're going to be doing important class time. We want to minimize those outside distractions. If you can't, try and find a workspace. Widener's workspace, including the library, is open, partially with obviously some COVID-19 restrictions attached. But for the most part, try and minimize those extra distractions. But the best thing to do, I know Tim Carey will be proud. I'm quoting him a lot because he my freshman year, I went to one of his academic workshops and I've literally just mimicked everything for the next 3 years after this. And I'm still here, so clearly I'm doing something right. He says utilizing a planner and really writing everything down weeks ahead so you know what to do, whether it be meetings, exams, advising meetings, anything like that, know ahead of time so you're not stressing out the last minute. Work done as soon as possible. And finally, when you are a Widener or even online, you want to know your syllabus. And how are you going to write stuff in a planner if you don't know what's going on? Most professors will provide a schedule of the year on their syllabus, and if they don't, they'll tell you weeks in advance. But for the most part, any of their policies, any of their classroom situations, like for example, if you're in a lab, there's absolutely no food or drinking in the lab. While if you're just in a classroom, some people are a little more lax. If it's a night class, they'll be like, yeah, sure, just bring your dinner, glass of water, anything like that. Well, obviously not glass to class, but you get the point. And they'll also show professors' office hours, and for virtually, they'll give a Zoom office hour link so you're not scrambling for that as well. If you have any more questions during our August orientation, we have our orientation hotline on the dates listed below. We have people manning the phones and emails at all times. Some great people. Phil and Victoria Dean are really, really doing awesome things there, answering questions as they come along. I'll turn it back over to Bridget.
Lastly, I know we can't really answer any questions or answers right now, but if you guys have anything, need anything, Noah and I are always a resource to you. Our emails, I guess we'll just say them so you guys have them. Mine is bmdombrowski, DOMBROWSKI @widener.edu.
And mine is njsmeriglio, SMERIGLIO @widener.edu. I can answer any questions. Like I said, Center for Civic and Global Engagement, Office of Student Engagement, those kind of things. If you need help finding a tutor, I can help you with that as well. No, I can answer any questions. Along with Bridget, she's a plethora of information as well.
Yes, no matter what it is, we're here for you guys. We're excited for the first semester here, and welcome to Widener again.
And don't be afraid. Ask your crew leader questions as well. That's what they're here for. They're trained to do. Thank you so much for using Widener, and welcome to Widener.
Yeah, bye guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.